Living with Less, Adopting the Minimalist Mindset by Brian Knight, read by Avicenna. Create a to-do list. The best way to fight unnecessary distraction is with a to-do list. It will keep you focused and on track throughout the day, and many people wander aimlessly through their days and then wonder why they don't accomplish anything. A to-do list will prevent this from happening and allow you to take control of your day. Also, there are numerous studies that show that our brains release a small amount of endorphin once we cross an item of our to-do list, and this allows you to associate completing tasks with a good feeling and will help you build momentum throughout the day. Replace television with meditation. Another great way to build discipline and focus in your life is to meditate. Try to cut down on your television time and replace it with meditation. Many people don't realize that meditation is a skill and it takes a while to train your brain to focus. Start by removing 5 minutes of television time and instead meditate in a calming room. Try to add 1 minute of meditation time each day until you reach 30 minutes. We recommend that you try meditating right when you wake up or when you go to bed, and meditation will clear your mind of stress and remove distraction from your life. Establish a routine. You should always try to establish a routine in your daily life. You should go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time each day. Whether it's the weekend or a weekday, you should also regulate your meals and eat around the same time each day. This will regulate your body and you will find you will sleep much better. Your body will also become accustomed to eating at certain hours, so you will not feel hungry or tired. This is one reason that many people fail to lose weight. They snack and eat at various hours during the day, so their body does not know when the next meal will come. This leads to a feeling of constant hunger. Insomnia is also caused by irregular sleep pattern, and many insomniacs will nap during the day and fall asleep at all hours during the night. If your body does not have a solid routine, your mind will suffer and you will have trouble focusing during the day. Find your style. Some people work better in the morning and other people work better late at night, and this is just how we are designed, and you are better off not fighting it. Instead, figure out what kind of person you are, and when you accomplish your best work, stop fighting your natural tendencies and instead focus and plan your day around when you perform best. If you are a morning person, schedule your most difficult tasks first so you can handle them and then coast through the rest of the day. If you are an afternoon person or night owl, schedule easy tasks in the morning to build momentum leading up to the afternoon or night. And there is no reason to fight your natural tendencies. Instead, you should be planning your day and your life around your style. Digital clutter. A cluttered computer or phone will have the same impact on your life as a cluttered environment. Your brain will constantly be distracted with numerous stimuli, and many people who have a clean and organized workspace or home will often suffer from digital clutter. They will have a computer desktop that is full of folders, files, and pictures, and they will have emails that are not separated in the folder and have never been deleted. Phones will have numerous games, apps, and files on the home screen. If you want to remove distraction from your life, you should apply the same principle to your digital file and that you do to your offline life. Keeping your files clean and organized will not only allow you to find your lives more easily, but it will speed up your computer and remove unnecessary stress from your life. Finish what you start. Another habit that we highly recommend you pick up is to finish what you start. Many people start numerous tasks throughout the day and then become distracted with something else, and this leads to them having numerous projects or assignments that are half completed. This is a big problem, especially with the people who struggle to stay organized. They will start washing their dishes after a meal, but then fail to complete the task, which leads to dirty dishes piling up in the sink, or they will take the clothes out of the washing machine but fail to hang them up or fold them properly. If you can take the time and make a disciplined effort to finish what you start, you will take the time, you will begin to see the better results. Often finishing what you started only requires a few more minutes of work, and the result can be dramatic. So next time you find yourself starting a new task, make a conscious effort to focus on that process and finish it. The email system. Many people check their emails constantly during the day or stop everything they are doing to answer an email. This leads to highly distracted work and can be a real drain on your work life. Everyone is looking for the important email, and it can be difficult to get anything done when you have your mind on your inbox, and this can be a real problem if you have to deal with hundreds of emails each and every day, and we highly recommend you implement the following email system. Only check your email 3 times a day. Yes, that's right. Only 3 times. Check your email once when you get to work, once when you come back from lunch, and once before you head home. Make it a habit to never check your email or watch it throughout the day. You may be surprised to find that you will work with more focus and clarify when you have specified times to check your email. Keep your phone notifications off. The same concept can also be applied to your cell phone, and many people waste hours each day looking at their phones, texting, waiting for texts from different people. You can avoid this habit by turning off text notification on your phone, and this allows you to still receive phone calls, but all text and other notification will be silenced. We then recommend you make it a habit to check your phone at the turn of each hour. Cell phones can be extremely distracting with numerous games, apps, and other programs that are designed for a quick fix of fun. If you can limit checking your cell phone to only once per hour, you will be able to avoid this distraction and focus on what is important in your day. Starting slow. Minimalism is a skill that needs to be developed and honed over time. We highly recommend you to start slowly and develop your minimalistic habits over a period of time. There is strong evidence to show that people who start quickly and purge all their belongings have higher relapse rates back into consumerism. The reason is that while we don't need all the items we own, a large purge can leave us feeling empty. This feeling is only replaced by purchasing new items, hence the relapse. On the other hand, if you start slowly and make it a priority to remove items you don't need over time, your success rate will be much higher. Focus on removing 1 item a day. If you can train yourself to remove 1 item that is unnecessary in your home each day and every day, you will quickly make a great deal of progress. When evaluating an item, ask yourself what the item's purpose is in your life. Does it bring you any satisfaction? Do you plan to use this item in the future? You then have 3 options you can choose from. Keep it, donate it, or throw it away. Try to remove 1 item each day until you are struggling to find new items to remove. Playing defense. And now that you are actively removing redundant or useless items from your house, you also need to prevent yourself from adding more unwanted items. Many people will take the first step and remove an item a day, but they will also add 2 useless items each day. The math does not add up, so you also need to practice discipline and play some defense. Each time you go shopping, try to remove an item that you don't need from your list, or try to find the cheapest option that still leaves you satisfied. Ask yourself the same question we mentioned above. 1 item does not seem like a big difference, but that is not the point. The point is to get you actively thinking about your purchasing decision and really beginning to see the world through the eyes of a minimalist. Removing continual purchases. Just as we want you to remove one item from the house each week, try removing or reducing one purchase from your budget each month. This can mean removing or lowering your cable bill, working on ways to reduce your electricity usage, ending magazine subscription, lowering your gas bill, or focusing on lowering food costs. Each month, make it a priority to research and really tackle one finance charge. There are numerous resources and first-hand stories out there of people who have tackled each item and have successfully lowered their bills. You can find these stories and techniques with a simple Google search. Create a plan. The best way to make sure you are making progress each and every day is to create a game plan. Routine trips to the supermarket to only purchase a gallon of milk can quickly turn into $100 shopping adventures. And traveling to the mall to purchase new shoes can quickly become a shopping spree. These are natural habits and are tough to avoid. The best way to avoid this splurge is to make a plan or a list of items you want to purchase, and this allows you to always focus on your plan, get in, and then get straight back out. And failure to properly plan allows you to become vulnerable to the advertisers. A good game plan will remove this edge and allow you to stay on track, avoiding unnecessary purchases. Record your results. Creating a good game plan when you go shopping or are setting a new budget is only half the battle. Many people will create a good game plan but never really follow through with it, and worse yet, they subconsciously make unnecessary purchases and still think they have followed their game plan. And the second part of this process you need to focus on is recording your result. Take the detailed inventory of all the items that you purchase. Do you have extra items that were not on your game plan? And most likely you do. Take some time to evaluate each extra purchase and really decide if it was a good purchase or not. Correct your mistakes and make it a priority to remove excess purchases. Over time, you will get better at creating and sticking to your game plan, but please remember to record your results, especially if you are just beginning your journey as minimalist. Identify your weaknesses. One problem that many people run into is making the same mistake purchases over and over again. Mistake purchases are natural in this process, but you need to make sure you take the proper steps to correct them. Focus on your weaknesses and really come to terms with the areas where you are most vulnerable. Most people never fix their weaknesses because they never give them the attention they deserve. If your weakness is shopping malls, you need to make a conscious effort to use more discipline and focus when you are shopping in these areas. A more detailed and focused game plan may be all you need to make sure you stay on track. Ask the tough questions. If you find yourself constantly making the same mistake purchases over and over again, you need to make sure you are asking yourself the tough questions. Why did you purchase this item? What was your rationale and how will you use it? What value does it add to your life? How were you feeling when you purchased this item? You will be surprised at how your mood impacts the item you purchase. One problem we notice with many people is that they fail to ask the tough question, which result in a failure to change their habits. Asking the tough questions will allow you to sieve your consciousness and really evaluate and hopefully eliminate bad spending habits. Be decisive. When it comes to cleaning and removing useless items from your life, you need to make it a priority to be decisive. Remember, you have 3 options: keep it, donate it, or trash it. This may seem easy to most people, but many suffer from indecisiveness. The item they are questioning is of no value to them, but instead of trashing it or donating it, they begin to wonder if the item really is useless. Their mind begins to wander, and the longer they take to make the decision, the more likely they are to keep the useless item. If you don't anticipate using the item in the next 3 months, then you most likely shouldn't keep it. Discipline. The most important habit you can grow and develop in both minimalism and in life is discipline. And there are numerous studies that have shown that IQ and test scores do not have a correlation with success in life. And discipline, on the other hand, is the only factor that has shown a positive correlation with success. We naturally have a tendency to accept short-term benefit while sacrificing our long-term goals. If you can practice discipline and focus long-term at the expense of the short-term, you will live a more fulfilling and successful life. Reward yourself with the long-term goals and incentives. Make sure you are aware of them. You're practicing discipline and you understand that you are making the right choices. Reflect. Take time either at the end of each week or at the end of each month to reflect on your finances, living situation, and overall satisfaction with life. Your results may be volatile at first as you begin your journey living a life of minimalism. But overall, you should begin to see an uptick in all aspects of your life. Reflection allows you to identify your strengths and weaknesses and mentally reward yourself for making the correct decision, and thus create a spiral of success and will really allow you to streamline and improve your progress as minimalist. The minimalist kitchen. The first room to which we are going to apply minimalist principle is the kitchen. We are going to start with the kitchen because it is usually the room that is the most difficult to keep organized and minimalistic. Why? The kitchen is a trouble spot. The kitchen is designated trouble spot because it is very difficult to practice discipline here. Groceries and excess impulse purchases are usually the source of this problem. But many people also have an excess of pots and pans, utensils, glassware. We stack up on this useless item because we always want to be prepared for large meals and guests. Sometimes we stack up on them, so we always have items to get us through the day without having to do the dishes. This technique always ends up backfiring. The dishes that we use the day before only sit in the sink and add to clutter to our life, and keeping only the minimal amount of silverware and glassware that you use during the day and running one load of dishes each night is a much easier to better long-term practice. Problems that a cluttered kitchen can cause. Having too many items in your kitchen can have a wide range of negative consequences. Cluttered kitchens will result in cleaning sessions that can take a great deal of time and effort to properly take care of. In our example above, would you rather do one giant dishwashing cycle that can take you hours, or would you rather take 5 minutes to put away your dishes and wash them? It's night. A cluttered kitchen will also lead to excess purchases as you will be less aware of the item you already own and use. You will find yourself purchasing duplicate food items or appliances, which leads to excess spending. Taking control of your kitchen and really focusing on what you need each day will lead to less clutter and more saving. Watch your cooking habits. Take notice of the item that you use day in and day out and discard in excess. For example, there is no reason to have multiple skillet sets in your kitchen. Purchase a large skillet and use that for all your meals. You can make a wide variety of meals with only a skillet, saucepan, pasta pot, large pot, and baking pan. Record how you cook each meal, and patterns will emerge. If you haven't used an item to cook in the last 2 weeks, you may need to throw it out or donate it. Appliances. Having excess appliances is usually not as bad of a problem as having excess utensils and pots and pans. The problem appliances tend to be related to items we purchase but never use, such as a pancake maker, juicer, toaster, oven, and etc. Take an honest look at all the appliances you have in your kitchen and ask yourself some tough questions. If you haven't used that item in the last month, are you really going to use it in the future? If you have a juicer you rarely use, you need to make a decision to either start using or get rid of it. Knives, utensils, and other silverware. Your goal will with your kitchen should be to keep just enough silverware to complete 2 days of eating and kitchen activity. Ideally, you can try to keep it down to 1 day, but you need to make sure you are disciplined each night with cleaning, washing the used item. And many people have numerous knives, forks, and spoons, and sometimes they have enough to last for weeks, and this only promotes poor organizational discipline habit. Remember, this is a direct correlation between how many items you own and how cluttered your sink is, with distance between how many items and other items. Taking a few minutes to wash and run a cycle of this each night is much better than slaving over your sink for hours to run a long cycle. Plasticware and plastic tops. We highly recommend that you plan out your meals for a few days in a row, and this not only leads to more efficient meal planning, but it will also save you a great deal of time and energy in the kitchen. Your best bet for organizing and storing meals is with plastic Tupperware. You only need to purchase enough for 24 until 48 hours worth of food. If you already have Tupperware for your kitchen, take some time to go through it and make sure your containers have the correct tops. People who collect Tupperware are usually missing tops, and it is often mismatch. If you don't have the correct top or container, you need either purchase a new one or purchase a matching set of containers. A piece of Tupperware without its correct top, it is adding to all the clutter in your kitchen. Organize your pantry with mason jars. Mason jars are a minimalist best friend. They can save you space and also help organize your kitchen. You can store numerous items in the mason jars, and they can be easily stacked. To save space, you can store beans, coffee, spices, and also liquid in these jars. You are able to see how much food you have left in each jar, and which allow you to monitor and track your food consumption. Mason jars can also use for multiple purposes around your house, and we highly recommend using them as a storage technique. A simplified counter. The main reason that kitchen appear cluttered is the simple fact that we love to keep our counter full of useless objects, and thus the goal that you should aim for is to keep everything on the counter to a bare minimum. Any appliances that are not currently in use can be stored in cabinets or off your counter. Knives and utensils that currently make their home on your counter can be stored on magnet stripes on the wall. Even your cutting board can be placed in different cabinets to keep your counter clean and clutter-free. Removing this item and finding a space for them is essential to keeping a clean kitchen. It's even easier if you take the time to make sure the item that you keep near your counter are actually being utilized. Too many glasses and cups. Having too many glasses and cups is a problem that many people suffer from, and it really is not your fault. Glasses and cups are usually sold in a large bulk, boxes containing 12 under 24, which is way too many. Even for the largest family, try to keep just enough glasses for 40 hours of drinking. Even better is assigning 1 cup of each family member and having them clean and use it each day. This teaches your family discipline and will keep your excess clutter to a minimum. The minimalist bedroom. The bedroom may seem like an easy room in which to apply minimalist principle, but in reality, it can actually be quite difficult to maintain a minimalist philosophy. Although we only need a few items to get ready each day and prepare ourselves for bedtime, many people have numerous unnecessary items that clutter the bedroom. Bedrooms are especially susceptible for free sample of lotion, soaps, and etc. These items are basically useless and only spill or add to our clutter. This chapter will be devoted to helping you apply our minimalist principle to your bedroom and help you keep it clean and clutter-free.